Right. Uh-oh. Got my screen turned around the wrong way. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, good stuff. All right, y'all. Hey, great day, everybody. I am attorney Takora Davis. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going live because I want to talk today to my attorneys out there about how your law firm is going to survive Chat GPT, robots, and legal AI. There's been a lot of talk about all of these different things that are popping up and how we are leveraging and using artificial intelligence to serve our clients with greater ease, efficiency, but then also knowing that some people prefer to use the software that has this like great level of convenience to it, right? And I have heard talk about, feeling a lot of attorneys feeling uncomfortable about this, or there have been articles written about how the biggest threat to the biggest jobs that are at threat are legal when it comes to AI. And I really want to push against that, right? Because there is a way that if you are an innovative data driven attorney who is a visionary, this is never going to be an issue for you. It will never be a problem that you really have to face if you're really tapped in and tuned into your clients and the people that are assigned to you. And I think that's the issue. Most attorneys do not have a very clearly defined client that they serve. They really just strive to serve everyone. And because you are talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. Because you are afraid to really call out your prospective client, they can't find you. And you feel that some attorneys who find themselves in that feast to famine cycle and also find themselves attracting consistently the wrong type of client. They're unqualified for the solution and the transformation that they provide. It's because they refuse to be bold enough to call them out, right? And so I want to talk a little bit about how we are as a community and as an industry, in terms of the legal industry, going to survive the legal artificial intelligence, right? And a lot of excuses that people make are, okay, well, gosh, like I'm not even going to use these tools. I'm not going to use this software at all. Or you just kind of blindly believe that, because you're so smart and because you're so amazing, that people are just going to insist upon choosing an attorney as opposed to like the robot lawyer, right? And so, one of the things that you have to do if you're going to survive this technological wave is to adopt it strategically. If you are going to use some of this stuff within your law firm, you should be incorporating it to serve your clients at a higher level and to be able to render services at greater speed and efficiency. And so, that's one of the things that you're going to have to do in order to survive this. Are there legal tools and technology that, if incorporated into your practice, are actually going to enhance the client experience and reduce costs? And if so, we have to be able to have a clear enough head around that, that we're open to receiving that we're open to getting that knowledge, that we're open to using those things in our law firms to be able to serve their greater good. One of the biggest things, though, that is going to continue to allow you to stand out in a sea of sameness and allow clients to choose you over and over again is relationships. This is the central and critical and key thing. Are you willing to be vulnerable enough to build a relationship with your clients? And are you willing and vulnerable enough to make sure that the systems that you put in place and the overall culture of your firm is so clearly defined that people know that this is the person that I want to work with because I want to build relationship. My clients they want to build a relationship with me. And in turn, even before that, I want to build a relationship with them. I don't speak to people who are primarily concerned with price. If your primary buying decision, or if your exclusive buying decision is price and price alone, I'm not the attorney for you. But if you say, I value your expertise, I value what it is that you bring to the table, I really appreciate your insight and foresight on this. I see you not only as a legal counselor, but as a legal strategist, and that benefits my business in so many ways, then people really want that. And that's what I deliver, and that's what I provide, and that's what I say in my copy. And so I'm repelling people who really want to, who are only concerned with price. If you're not concerned with relationship, if you don't want access, then you will that type of ideal client is better suited for someone else. And now I'm not saying it's right or wrong. What I'm saying is that it's so clearly defined in terms of who it is that I serve, that they see it and they are attracted to me, and then others are repelled, right? And so that's a good thing, and so you have to make sure in this particular market, in this industry, that you're going to be able to show up and intelligently use and infuse AI into your practice when it is beneficial to the client and when it does help. Because let's be honest, software advancements and technology have benefited us all, arguably. As a society, it has enhanced, our speed and efficiency. It has allowed us to have greater access to things. It has allowed us to, even this app alone on Instagram, me having almost 22,000 followers, like, could I fill a room with 22,000 people? Lord willing, one day I'm sure I will be able to. But it doesn't matter that it's not a physical room, it's a digital room, right? And so I'm showing up consistently and I am on this timeline. I'm stimulating the algorithm. I'm letting people know that I'm here and that I can assist and I can help and the various ways in which I can do that. And I am not, you know, uh, shirking the fact that I'm using technology to do that, right? Instagram and social media has been the one of the singular catalysts that has allowed my law firm to scale to seven figures. And so I recognize that as we have these advancements in terms of legal software and tech, particularly those that are able to do the work that some traditional attorneys have been able to do, then I have to ask myself, how am I going to infuse those intelligently into my practice when the time comes and when they are applicable? And how am I going to continue to show up and make sure that my clients see and recognize me and what it is that I bring to the table? And how do I put the relationship driven aspects of my firm on full display? If you are doing this cookie cutter copy on your website and you're saying the same thing that everybody else is saying and you're showing up in the same way that everybody else is showing up and you really don't stand out, you are going to get lost in the sauce and people are not going to choose you. They will not want to work with you because they have a variety of options. And that's because social media and technology has allowed that door to open up. And so I can't emphasize it enough. Relationships are key. Building authentic relationships with your clients to be able to show them that you are different, that you are not like other attorneys. And I've shared this story many times where when I first started this law firm, I actually looked up, why do people hate attorneys? Like all the reasons why people hate attorneys. And because I saw, okay, well, people don't like attorneys because they don't actually respond to their emails, or they take a really long time to get back to clients, or they speak in a language that people can't understand. It's never going to be able to replace the human aspect, and that's what makes us so unique and so different. Am I not saying that it's not a threat? No, it is a real thing that we have to be aware of. But if you can lean into how can you build relationships authentically with clients and building relationships with people who are your followers, who are within your sphere of influence, I appreciate every like, I appreciate every share, I appreciate every follow, because people don't have to share my content. They don't have to, and them sharing my content is them exposing me to their audience, them saying, hey, I value what this person said. I value what she shared. I think this is important for everyone to know. People who have never even hired me consistently sending me referrals and tagging me. I appreciate it all. And that it only happens, one, because I'm showing up, two, because when I do show up, I provide value. And three, I'm able to build those relationships with people authentically because of how I am and how I bring myself to the table. And again, this is transferable across industries, but I do think that lawyers are particularly have been at a disadvantage because of how we have been taught in our particular industry. There is so much fear stoked into what it takes to become a lawyer. It is ridiculous because now we finally have gotten to a point where we have survived the years of education. We have survived the hazing that is law school. We have survived the incredible hazing that is taking a bar or multiple bars and then passing. And then you also have to continue to elevate your craft and remain compliant with the state bar, but to, protect the public. Now, when it comes to all of that, we have to do all of those things. And we've gotten to this point where we're consistently thinking, is my, income in jeopardy? Is my life and the stability of my family on the line? If I make a mistake as an attorney, what if a client leaves me a bad review and I can't respond? Attorneys can't even fully respond how they want to respond due to the rules of ethics, and so we're at the mercy a lot of times of um, some of the situations and the people we encounter with. Does that mean that I'm saying it's so terrible to be an attorney and woe is us? No, what I'm saying is that there's some unique implications and unique hurdles that only attorneys have to face and overcome, particularly when it comes to showing up and marketing their businesses and advertising their businesses and building relationships. But part of it is in our head because our industry has put it in our head. And so if you want to be robotic as an attorney, meaning you want to, hey, Marina, if you want to be robotic as an attorney where you show up and you kind of, speak in a language that is very cold, it's not warm, it's not welcoming, if you don't fully explain processes to your clients, if you don't even understand and study your clients and what it is that they need, if you don't ask your clients for feedback, how are you going to be able to compete with a computer? How are you going to be able to compete with a robot? You're already acting like a robot anyway. The robot can work 24 hours a day. It is automated. So if you don't want to bring your full self to the table, if you don't want to show up and be vulnerable, and if you don't actually want to tell the world your unique thoughts and feelings and ideas about your concepts and what you claim to be as your expertise or your area of specialty, what makes you so different from anyone else and what makes you so different from a machine? There's no difference because you're too afraid to actually show up and reveal your personality. I'm saying this all in love. I really am. But if you are too afraid to show up and actually reveal your personality to your followers and to the people who are within your sphere of influence, if you're too afraid to actually try and try again and fall and scrape your knees, like, what are you really doing? Just go work for somebody else. Like, go work for someone else where you don't have to think. Go work for somewhere else where you don't have a risk involved, where you can really you can really kind of hide underneath someone else's law license because now you're beholden to them. Go work somewhere else where it's safer for you, as opposed to saying, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be a solo attorney and I want to help Black business owners. I hear a lot of that. I want to help Black business owners. And it's a lot of this, stuff that other people have said that's been chewed up and regurgitated and then spewed out. And it's no original thought because you're literally listening to what someone else said and you really haven't added your own vibe and your own passion to it. Like, I'm interviewing attorneys now for my new position, and I can tell the ones who are truly passionate and have a demonstrated passion for intellectual property law to those who are just saying, I'm just interested in this. And I think that this is something that I want to dive into. Well, I'm not a guinea pig, and neither are my clients. I'm not going to allow someone into my firm and work for me and they're just kind of playing around because they think that this is cool because, ooh, this person has a lot of followers. Ooh, this person has really cool clients. No, this is not what this is about. This is life-changing, destiny-driven work that we do here. And because I'm a human and I understand what it means to have a family and to have a life and to have a heart and to have passion for my clients, I need that to come out in the work that I do. I need that to come out in the human aspects of things. When I make a mistake, I apologize and I fix it. Almost every mistake I've made, I've been able to fix. I'm not gonna let nobody play me though. I have let some people play me before in the past, but that of course did. But I'm literally showing up as my best self, day and day and day in and day out. And I'm choosing that over and over and over again. And so if you have a law firm and you want to make a real impact on the real lives of clients, but you're thinking about, what am I going to do about the robot lawyer and legal AI and people choosing to go the legal Zoom route and choosing to leverage technology? Either find out ways that you can leverage that technology in your existing practice to serve your clients at a higher level. If that is not applicable, stop worrying about things that are outside of your control and say, what can I control? You can control your level of dedication. You can control how dedicated you are to your craft. You can control your level of study of your clients and really figuring out what do they think? What do they want? I'm always asking for feedback because I don't know everything and I want to know. I literally was like, I got to email my clients and just ask, what can I do to serve you better? What else do you need? I want to know. I truly, truly, truly want to know, right? Um, but if we are not, as service providers, willing to show up and share, our authenticity, to show up and share our unique viewpoints and how we view things, if we are unwilling to actually say, I am going to define the persons that I actually serve, and I'm going to speak to them, and I do not care if somebody feels offended or excluded by that. I'm going to speak to them. If you're not willing to do that, then what are you really doing? Y'all playing around on the internet. Like, literally, go work for somebody else. It's cool. Have a 9 to 5. But if you are not going to actually be a student of this and try again and be willing to fall down and not fall apart, it's a difference between falling down and then falling apart. If you are just coming out here because you're like, man, it was the pandemic and everybody left their jobs because, you thought entrepreneurship was popping and now you're realizing like, oh, this stuff is getting real. This ain't what you want. Like Marty, he's one of my clients and he said, he was like, leaving a 9 to 5 and being an entrepreneur full time has got to be a mental illness. And I fell out. But if we're not willing, if we literally are not willing to become students of our craft and build relationships and understand and invest in ourselves, and not only invest in ourselves, invest in our future. When I first started my law firm, I was investing from the beginning. Let me tell you something. I tried 2 months to try to do it on my own. And when I made $500 the first month and $900 the second month, I was like, this ain't the work of the Lord. Ain't no way that I left working at Doc Review to make, out of 60 days, to make less than $2,000. This is not God's plan. It can't be. It is not God's plan for my life. Okay. So I knew very quickly. I actually saw nobody was teaching trademarks at the time. And I sought out Braxton Davis, who taught me patent law. And I saw that he had a trademark class. And I asked him, I was like, when are you teaching this again? Because I need it. And he ended up saying, I didn't have any plans to teach it to Cora. This was like in March 2017, 3 months after I started my firm. I was like, I need help. I need to figure out, I've taught myself how to do this, but I'm not really confident. I need someone who can teach me. Let me know when you open up this course again. He was like, okay. He literally went out just because I asked. He started asking other people, are you interested? He emailed me back 5 days later. He was like, all right, I got enough people that are interested. It's going to cost this. I was like, I have the money to you on Monday, and I put it on a credit card because I knew my destiny was tied to it, So I was willing to do the work and say, okay, how can I hone my craft? I went out and I've taught myself my own. I have taken on 2 pro bono clients and I went through the trademark process with them. I do not have a supervising attorney. I never took a trademark class. I knew that I wanted to be a trademark attorney because I saw another Black woman who used to work at Coca-Cola and she did a guest lecture. And I was like, I had that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, like she is me. I am her, And then I began to pursue that path, right? And so I had this amazing faith, but faith without works is dead. And so, I've always consistently said, how am I going to show up and shine and be able to stand out. And I'm going to let people know this is what I'm doing. This is my journey. And people have been cheering me on the entire way for the past 6 years. I've gotten so much love, so much support, so much grace, so much understanding because I've literally put myself in a position to receive feedback. I've placed myself in a position to build relationships with people, and I've shown up and I've done my best. And my best looks different in different seasons. My best looks different in different seasons. But what I'm really striving to communicate is if you want your law firm to survive, you have to become a student of your clients. You have to build relationships and you have to say, how can I intelligently incorporate any type of legal software and artificial intelligence into my practice? And it's going to make not only my clients' lives better, but it's going to allow my firm to run much more efficiently. And you are going to have to say goodbye a lot. That might be saying goodbye to people. It might be saying goodbye to systems that you put in place. I mean, the first 5 years of this firm, I used one system. I was using Dubsado, and that's all that I knew. And then when I realized this is not working at all, I do not have the data that I need. It's not supporting me with where I'm going. I have to say goodbye. And I had to elevate and choose something else. Was it difficult switching to a new system? Yeah. Is it hard? Yes. Is there a learning curve? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. All of that stuff. All of it is worth it. Was it scary to launch my law firm with $300 out of my bedroom closet? Yes. What did I feel like an imposter when I was saying I was a trademark attorney and I hadn't filed my first trademark? Definitely. But now I filed over 1,000. Now we have over a 98% success rate. Now people are calling me every single day, referring me, wanting to hire me. I make money every day. From making $500 in the first month and $900 the next month and saying, well, this ain't the work of the Lord, to saying, okay, God, I see why you're doing this. And now, even now, building a team. And what does that look like? And how do we run more efficiently and effectively? It's the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to this. But again, if you are unwilling to put in the work to become a better entrepreneur as an attorney, if you are unwilling to put in the time to study your clients and their behavior and sales psychology, I need you to just say, let me stop. Let me go work for somebody else because I'm not willing to do what it takes to be successful. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but you'll avoid a lot of pain and a lot of heartache if you literally just say, you know what, I'm not cut out for it. And that's okay. You might be cut out for something else. But I think that so many people complain about, man, why is this not working out for me? Like why is it that when I'm trying something, like I'm putting the content out there and the clients aren't coming? Well, you're probably not talking to the right people. If you literally are showing up and you're putting out content and nobody is biting, it's because you talking to the wrong people, you sharing the wrong stuff, you saying it at the wrong time. It's either the wrong type of content, it's the wrong audience, or it's the wrong people or the wrong platform. And then you have to try to switch it up and figure out what actually resonates with them and what doesn't. And so the relationships that you build on whatever platform of choice, however you choose to market your business, because there's so many different ways that you can do it, you have to make sure that people really see you for who you are. You have to. But if you want to show up and be a robot, people will treat you like one. If you don't want to show up as a human and you don't want to show up in the vulnerability that you have, and if you do not want to put your full gifts and talents on display, and if you absolutely refuse to talk and call out your ideal client, it ain't gonna work for you. It just ain't. And the Lord bless you and keep you is my prayer. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna work if you're unwilling to do those things. Right? And so anyway, listen, I have been coaching attorneys on and off since 2018. I just currently finished up my first cohort of this year. I am opening my calendar I'm opening the program again. And so I help busy solo lawyers automate their lead generation funnel so that they can attract clients. And not only can they attract clients, but they can do so without, having a large, expensive team and spending a bunch of money on paid ads, but really leveraging social media and other marketing channels and platforms to be able to get at least 100 new clients every single year to your pipeline. My method is easy, it's simple, it works, and it's worked consistently for me for 6 years. Well, I would say over 5 years, and I've continued to build upon it. And so my goal is to not even allow, my goal is to empower attorneys with the knowledge that they need to serve their clients. And so if you are interested in my program, we really get started on Monday. And so I'm actually taking some calls. And so enrollment is starting next Monday. But if you're interested in learning more, please apply today. The doors are closing Friday, May 5th. I'm not opening the doors after that. You'll have to get on the wait list, and it is a 3-month program. So if you're really interested in finding out more, go ahead to that link in my bio. It's application.tacoradavis.com. And I've already got 10 people enrolled right now. And so we are just adding a few more. I only want to take 20. I don't want to have a huge group, and I'm not able to really support my students. And so if you're interested, and if you're saying, listen, Takora, you're talking to me like I am a solo lawyer. I have my own law firm. I have some private pay clients. I have a mix of qualified and unqualified leads, a lot more unqualified than I care for. I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm wasting a lot of money, and I'm not hitting my revenue goals. Month after month after month, I'm not hitting my revenue goals. I'm not hitting my lead generation goals, and I really don't know what to do, and I need help. If you are in that position, I can help you. My program Funnel Cake can help you. And again, like I said, it's what I use. You are getting the systems that I currently use right now as a 7-figure attorney. That's the systems that you're getting. It's not, well, I'll just tell you a little bit here and there and just enough to kind of to keep you going. No, it is consistently showing up and coaching you to greatness and showing you that you can do it too, and helping you, whether it be helping you. We are helping our clients develop lead magnets. We're helping our clients stand out. We're helping our clients with the right email addresses that they need. My baby girl, we're the email addresses, we're using plug and play templates, so you don't have to go and think about this stuff. I have the tools needed already for you, and I paid lots of money to copywriters and designers and people like that to be able to make it easy. So if you are interested, and if you're an attorney or you know an attorney and they have their own law firm and they're your friend and you're like, they're struggling, but they don't want to tell the world that they're struggling, because attorneys are not going to do that. They're ego driven. Most of us are, right? And so you don't want to appear as if you don't know what to do, because if you do that to the public, people will not have confidence in you as an attorney. Let's be real. People can sniff out and discern if you have confidence in yourself, if you have a really strong business, if you have really strong systems. And if you don't have those things in place, your clients will be able to tell it, and they will be able to go and they'll hire someone else. And people have consistently told me. I remember I was talking to someone, one of my clients about a month ago. She said, listen, I'll be honest with you. You're more expensive than the other person. But I feel like I'm going to get more one-on-one with you, so I'm going to pay more. So, and she did, because she knew that I was going to actually be more accessible. And so if you're interested, apply. And I look forward to working with you all. Make sure if you're on a replay, let me know that you're dropping on a replay. Watch again and have a blessed day. Bye.